Today we're going to practice multiplying 3-digit and 4-digit numbers with regrouping. Okay, here are our directions. We're going to be estimating first, then we'll solve the problem. After we've solved the problem, we will compare it to our estimate and check and see if our answer is reasonable. So here's the problem. Alice Spring in Missouri produces an average of 567 million gallons of water per week. How many gallons of water do the springs produce in 3 weeks? So we need to start by estimating. So I have 3 times, let's look at this number. I'm going to look at the hundreds place. It can be a 5 or it can raise the score to 6 based on what my helper number says. So this one is going to go to 600. So 3 times 6, my basic fact, is 18, but I'm multiplying times 600, so I need to add my 2 zeros from my 18 to make it 1,800. Okay, here we go. We're going to be using the standard algorithm to multiply the ones, the tens, the hundreds, and regrouping as needed. So let's start with the ones. 3 times 7 ones equals 21 ones. Whoops, sorry, 21 ones. So we're going to have to regroup the 21 ones. We're going to put this 2 here in the tens, and we'll put the 1 in the hundreds because 21 ones is 2 tens and 1 hundreds. Now we'll move on to step 2 where we're going to be multiplying the tens. So now I have 3 times my 6 tens, and that will give us 18 tens. Now I have to go back and remember that I already had these 2 tens from the 21 ones. So I'm going to add the 18 tens that I just had and the 2 tens that I carried, and that's going to leave us with 20 tens. Now I'm going to have to regroup 20 tens. So 20 tens is the same thing as 2 hundreds. So I'm going to put a 2 in the hundred, and I have now a 0 in the tens place. And let's move on to step 3. We're going to be multiplying the hundreds place. I have 3 times 5 hundreds, and that is 15 hundreds. Once again, we're going to add the regrouped hundreds. So 15 hundreds plus the 2 hundreds that we regrouped gives us 17 hundreds. I have no place else to regroup or to carry my numbers because I've already multiplied the hundreds and there's nothing in the thousands. So I have my answer. Alice Springs produces 1,701 gallons of water in 3 weeks. You can see it right there. Okay, we need to go back and compare. And remember, our original estimate was 3 times 600, so we had 1,800 as our original estimate. And then we just solved using the algorithm, and we have 1,701 gallons of water. So let's go ahead and compare. 1,800, 1,701. Is this a reasonable answer? Yes, it is, because both of them are fairly close. Okay, let's try it with the word problem. As before, we are going to use an estimate before we look for our exact answer. So it says here, the table shows the prices of 3 vacation packages. Jake, his parents, and his sister want to choose a package. And then it says, about how much would package C cost? And it gives me this about, so that lets me know I'm estimating. So let's go over here to our information area, and I'm looking at package C right here. So we're going to start here. We know it is his parents, so we've got 2 adults, 2 times, here's the 600, the cost of an adult, and we're going to go ahead and round 600 to 700. So 2 times 700 is basic fact of 2 times 7, 14, plus our 2 zeros from the hundreds. So that is about $1,400 for the 2 adults. And then for the children, that would be Jake and his sister. We've got 2 times 484. Again, we're going to round. We're going to look at the hundreds place, and we'll have to round it up to 500. 2 times 5 is my basic fact. That's 10. But I was multiplying by hundreds, so I have 2 more zeros. So estimated price for the 2 children are $1,000. Now we'll need to add them together to see how much it costs for the parents and the children to go together. So we have 1,400 for the adults and 1,000 for the children, and the total estimation is 2,400. Okay, let's continue on with this problem. Now Jake's family wants to compare the total costs of packages A and C. He wants to know which plan costs more and how much more it costs. So they've already put in the information. Here's package A, and we know that the adult price is $1,299, and there's 2 adults. So we're going to go ahead, because he wants the total cost. We're not going to be estimating now. So I have 2 times 9, that is 18 ones, and I have 1 carried over here in the regrouping. 2 times 9 is 18 still, plus the one that I regrouped. That makes it 19 tens. So I'm going to go ahead and put this here and regroup over here over my hundreds. Now moving on to 2 times 2, which is 4. Let's not forget this 1 that I regrouped, so that's 5. And now 2 times 1, that is just 2. So the adult price of package A, $2,598. Let's look at the children's price. 2 times 9 is 18. 2 times 1 is 2, plus the one we regrouped is 3. And now 2 times 6 is 12. Okay, so now I know the total price of package A, adults and children, and I need to add them up. So let's see how we do. Is this what you got also? Okay, now we're going to compare it to package C. So package C, $699 times 2 for adults. So let's go ahead and start multiplying and regrouping as necessary. 2 times 9 is 18. So I'm going to regroup that one. 2 times 9 is 18, plus the 1 is 19. 2 times 6 is 12, plus 1 is 13. All right, let's move on to the children's price. 2 times 4, oh, a nice easy one. That's 8. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 4 is 8, plus the one we regrouped is 968 now. And we will go ahead and add these up. It's not so easy when you're trying to write small with this. Let's see, 968. So this one's package C, 2,366. Now remember, he wanted to compare them, so let's go ahead and subtract to compare. So 6 minus 6, 3 minus 6, can't do it. I'm going to go over here and take one of the hundreds, which gives me 10 tens. So the difference is $1,470. So package A would cost $1,470 more than package C. Okay, let's go ahead and practice some computations. Remember, we're always going to start with an estimate on this lesson. So I'm looking at the thousands place, and it looks like it's going to stay 6,000 because I have a 3 in my helper position number. And I'll go ahead. 6 times 4 is my basic fact. 3 zeros. Okay, so my estimate is going to be 24,000. Now let's go ahead and try it using multiplication with regrouping as necessary. 4 times 4, 16. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 6 is 24, plus 1 is 25. Now we'll compare. I've got 24,000 and 25,296. I would say that's reasonable because those two numbers are close together. Okay, it's time for you to try this. Go ahead and estimate it first, and then solve it, and then let me know if you think it's reasonable or not. Go ahead, stop this video, and work this one out. Okay, look and see how your answer compares to mine. Did you think it was reasonable? I do. I would say this answer is reasonable because 8,604 is close to my estimate of 9,000. Okay, this is going to take you back to comparing. What I want you to do is go ahead and multiply 352 times 5 and 440 times 4. I want you to go ahead and write them vertically. Don't try to do this sideways. And then once you have both of your products, go ahead and compare them. Are they equal? Is one of them greater or less than the other one? Pause the video, do your work, and then come back and we will compare our answers. Okay, welcome back. I hope you wrote them like this, with the 350 and the 440 as your top number. It's a little bit easier to multiply when you've got your larger number on top. So did you see that that one was going to be equal? Kind of a surprise for some of you. So how do they compare? These two are equal. Okay, time to practice what you've learned. Go on to problems on pages 89 and 90 and work these out carefully. Make sure you do your estimates first when it's asked for, and make sure that you get to those problem-solving problems on page 90. They are very important.